And listen to this sound. You know I love that sound. Oh, everything. Good afternoon. This is a good video to do, isn't it? I feel like because there's like all these fall trends videos, which are still popping up on your probably your For You page, I feel like I'd like to talk about what is actually wearable. The time you're watching this video, I'm actually going to be in Milan for Milan Fashion Week. So if you want to see in real time, you know what to do. It's going to be on my Instagram. It's going to be on my TikTok. If you follow me over there, you can see exactly what I'm getting up to in Milan before it turns up eventually on YouTube. What I'm looking at when I'm going to Fashion Week is I'm looking at what is being forecasted for us to be wearing in the next season, which is spring summer. Because I'm getting to see the beginning stages of what ultimately could be distilled down to being the trends, then what is wearable? I think that's really what it's about. So I wanted to do a video about literally just that. What are the wearable trends? Go through like my top ones that I feel are. Number one, this is not going to be a shock to anyone, but you're probably going to be like, oh gosh, here we go, groundbreaking. But for those who like tailored, just close your ears. But oversized is still going to be moving forward into the next season, this season and going forward. It's one of those trends that I guess came from what? I'm trying to think, where did it come from? I feel like it almost, in its very beginning stages, maybe from the, the C word that everyone was in lockdown. I feel like that kind of comfort level was something that we wanted to keep in some way, shape or form when we returned back to work. And it's just been shown in much more elevated ways. It feels very easy, it's casual, and it's bringing a sense of like credibility to that overall aesthetic. So I personally saw lots of, and I'll show you on the screen throughout this video, I personally saw lots of moments where I felt like the oversized fit of coats, of trenches, in fact, I have a killer trench to show you in this video. But anyway, let's go back to what I was saying. The oversized coats, oversized trenches, oversized blazers. These are still cuts that are still going to be around for everybody. Even oversized, and I think about Celine I think it's for the fall winter 2025, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it for spring summer? Anyway, I'll leave it on the screen. That particular trench with that drop waist is something that I've noticed is going to be a thing, which leads me into the next trend, which is drop waist cuts. I have noticed, and I love it, is just seeing the slimmer straight throughout the torso, and the kick flare is from the hip or just below the hip. And then you've got like the belt, which is dropped from the waist to below that to kind of emphasize that mark of where it changes. And I've noticed that, and I actually think it's a very forgiving kind of cut, and it's a nice tweak on something that's classic, which is to have the waist here, like down here instead. And I just think that's such a really interesting way to just, like I said, twist on things. I felt like I was seeing that as well, not just for September, but for February past as well. So it's just a silhouette that I personally think I will be embracing, and I think it's a wearable trend as well. It's something that in our own way we can sort of replicate. This is a very easy way for you to do it. You have a dress or a skirt. Your top that you wear on top of it, tunic length, comes down to this same area that I was saying around your thigh, and just layer that on top of that skirt, a bit of a flare to it. You've instantly visually given that look of wearing something that's like drop waisted. Another trend as well I've noticed for fall is transparency, sheerness. I was seeing a lot, not just coming for the next spring summer 2026, but I've noticed it for now. And I'll show you again some images, whether it's in the transparency of dresses with overlays, whether it's in blouses, with Saint Laurent, with Stella McCartney. With the blouses, you're seeing like this one, very much like this one, that kind of the pussy bow kind of high neck, a strong shoulder like this, which is absolutely sick with denim. The color is effortless. It's perfect with jeans. You got that little bit of a power shoulder as well. And I love how you got like that tie as well. And that necktie was something I saw for the Cos show for New York Fashion Week. If you saw that video last week, I will link it for you below. It's where you saw Cos showing outerwear, and they underneath it, they wore these tops, and it would have long, literally long sashes like this one. Like this sash goes much longer. I've just tied it here on the side and I've wrapped it a couple of times around my neck, but it goes much longer. And I love that play on showing something like an outerwear, but having this on top and nice and long and flowy. I'm going to be doing that with this, by the way. I think that's a really good style trick. Kind of sheer blouse, very Saint Laurent. It just feels like so almost like a Studio 54, but and 80s as well, but brought back to now. This one is from Urban Revivo. I have loved working with them because I find that whatever I pick out, you lot really, I feel like we are the same. Like what I like is what you like. And yes, there is going to be a code. I always want to give you a code. And this one is even extra, because normally when I give you codes, it's like, oh, and you get X amount off if you use my code. No, there's actually more on top. But this blouse, as soon as I saw it, I was, yep, that's the one. Soft green, the way it just slightly has a V. I love this part. There's certain things, the transparency, the long sleeves with the cuff buttons. You know how they do it. They don't cut corners. This neck, I know that beyond today, when I wear this with like long skirts, my faux leather trousers, jeans, I'm going to get people who are going to ask me on Instagram and on TikTok, where is that blouse from? I know it's coming because it is such a good blouse. Oh, it's sick. This is so good. I'm actually thinking I probably will. You're watching this video whilst I'm in Milan Fashion Week. I'm probably going to take this with me. So it's so luxe looking and it's cool as well. It's very cool, girl. I'm going to show you on the side the way I'm styling it with these jeans, and these jeans are theirs as well. I'm really glad I got these. They came just in time because because it's like boot season, I wanted to have a pair of jeans, it was cropped, a bit boot cut, so that I could wear it with like my boots, which I will show you here on the side, just so I need jeans that give me that shoe moment, and that's exactly what these do. What I love about the jeans as well is that, oh, let me just bring you down a little bit. As always, they're cuts, they go in. Look at that. It's exactly what I look for. There's no gaping in, so they fit perfectly, and that wash is like so good, right? Look at that. It's just perfect wash. I'm going to leave in the description box as well the sizes that I got for everything. I always size up, by the way, just as a rule of thumb. It does have stretch, so it's very comfortable. See? This blouse is insane. It's really, really good. The price as well, I mean, you already know how much Urban Revivo is, but I just think it looks so, so cool, girl. It's epic. And it ticks off the boxes with the trend as far as like sheerness. That is, like I said, that's for now. That's going to carry over into spring, summer 2026. Wow. If you remember this, I feel like this cardigan became like almost cult-like famous in a way. Not famous, but look at that sleeve. It literally looks like this in person. I'm wearing it with their barrel leg jeans, which I'll show you in a minute. Feels fantastic as well. This to me is something that I would see Jonathan Anderson do if he has not done already in some way, shape or form. I could just see him doing that for Loewe before he had left. It's on the insides of both. The way it nips you in at the waist. That's the cut. It's as is. That's how this cardigan comes. I would wear this with anything like a skirt, which I'm going to show you in a minute actually together. Like a long column skirt as well would look good with it. Just a pair of jeans if you want. Yeah, where it stops. And I love these buttons as well. They're like turn lock, ribbed. You can dress this up very easily for like a cocktail party as well. If you want to wear a knit that's like, you know, something dressy enough. Jeans, I picked these kind of barrel leg jeans. Could probably have gone down a size, so it hits on my waist. These hit almost on my hips. And I thought initially, oh no, what have I done? But I actually like that because it's still, as you can see, it still has a cool kind of look to it. It's like a slouchy on my size because I got it in a larger size than I think I should have. It's got that cool girl kind of effortless banana cut. It's so, so cool. I love it. And I love that it's not exactly blue. It's like a cross between blue and gray. But sticking to what I was saying earlier, that kind of like oversized with silhouettes, that's still very much in. And I feel like this is for anyone who doesn't like barrel leg jeans and feels like, oh, it looks like kind of, I don't know, it feels very like bandy legs. I agree to disagree. I love the look of it. These aren't as extreme a curve, so it's just a very gentle kind of sloping into the hem. From the moment I saw the Chloe runway for fall winter 2025 this season back in February, I fell in love with the particular blouse, and similar to this, that when I saw that they had this on their site, I was like, oh, thank you. It has like the V frills on the sleeve, exactly like this. This was the intention of how I wanted to wear the Chloe one. And this is exactly that, the same look. But I prefer that it's black because I feel like it's more appropriate, right, for the season. Polo necks underneath and still wearing this. See, with denim skirt, oh, I love it. With denim skirts, this also is going to be perfect for like party season coming up down the road. And it's a little bit kind of crinkled as well. So you don't have to be precious with it. So you don't have to worry about creasing or anything. It is just put it on and walk out the door. This asymmetric hemline skirt, you can wear it like a little bit higher on one side. That also is something I've noticed for into the next season. So you've got like, you know, the sloping hemline. Just wear it with like a pair of boots. So these pieces all really work perfectly to me together. It's just really up to you, like how you want to wear it. But I love the slight kick out flare of this as well. But it's like a dark denim as well. And the fall. This is like a really easy go-to skirt. And it makes a change from the usual denim skirts as well. So I have no words for this jacket. It's in chocolate brown, I mean zipped all the way up. It has a hidden zip with this flap that goes across with epaulets on the shoulder. It's very much giving kind of, you already know, very Parisian kind of chic vibes. I just, oh, like this with the flap slightly open. But I'm going to show it to you. There's like a little fastener here. That's my microphone here if you're seeing anything black. You just put it here and you just, oh my gosh. I could have probably gone down a size, but I'm fine with it. I can just wear like a nice toasty knit underneath later on. Of the funnel neck, Philo has come out with a lot of jackets with like these overly like exaggerated like funnel necks that just stand tall like this. This is ticking off the boxes. Let's see if you can just, oh God, this is good. It's good. Brown and blues, I've told you they go together. Urban keeps raising the bar. And I do have, like I said, this is the most discount that I think I've ever offered. I just want to run through these really quickly to show you. But it looks really good with this skirt actually, doesn't it? And it's ruched here with jeans, long skirts, short skirt with heels if you're going out for a night. Jackets like this. It's just so cool. It's got like, which I didn't realize, it's got box pleats here. So there's like on the side here, not sure you can see, probably. Right here, my hand is like going inside of it. There's a box pleat and that's on both sides. Buttons here so you can just open this up. Wow, look at this shirt. Very kind of Western inspired. I'm wearing it with the looser cut barrel jeans. But look at this, look at the work on it. You didn't have to do this. How many do you know who will do this? Look at the sleeves. Oh, I love this. So striking though. Just with a pair of jeans like this, you know, have it tucked in. Easily see this being worn like just an open jacket. I love when you see a trench coat that's different. Open and it feels almost like a brushed suede. Bring the collar up, have this tucked in, have this flap out. Go all the way over and button it here. So this is a very kind of edgy style. Like the collar completely done up. Look at the belt loops, especially in terms of look at that. Have you seen a trench coat that looks like this? At this price point. Exactly, I'll wait. This denim bag that they've got. Like the trench, this feels like something that's much more directional, much more for the avant-garde kind of person. Somebody who doesn't want like the normal average trench coat will appreciate something like this. You can wear this up or open, longer cut. This is a good trench coat. It looks like it's from like recycled jeans. They run limited quantities of all their things, Urban Revivo, so once it's gone, it's gone. I love that sustainable aspect of them as well, and they've said this from like the jump, where they don't run like endless, infinite amounts of everything, just running in smaller batches, and they try and always have a nod to what is out there, what is trending. All I have done up is this right here, and it leaves this little kind of nice opening that's slightly open like that. That is so cool. Look at that. It's effortless. No one will know where you got this. Everyone's going to ask you, where did you get that trench coat? You know I'm always going to pick good pieces. I've literally just got changed back. Imagine this with like a leather skirt, very Saint Laurent. This is the deal that you're going to get. So, because I just don't want to get this wrong because it's so good. They've never done this, at least I've not noticed this before. So between September 25th and October 2nd, everything on Urban Revivo website is 25% off. And it's already inexpensive anyway. So there is that. Okay, let that sink in. Only till October the 2nd. But then on top, they've given me a code just for me. It's Karen B. I'm going to put it on the screen, and it gives you an extra 15% on top of that. So an extra 15% on top of 25%, which is a lot. Plus 25% off anyway on top of that is a really, really, really good code. I think that's one of the deepest I've ever done on my channel with working with anyone. So I'm going to give you the list of everything I'm wearing, everything you've seen, the sizes that I'm wearing everything in. Also just leathers as well. Leather everything. It's not just leather trousers and leather skirts. It's leather in everything now. It's leather skirts, it's leather trousers, dresses, leather coats, leather jackets. You know, I just feel like the world is like our oyster now. Leather is one of those, I don't even want to even call it a trend. We're seeing more of like different colors in leathers. So gone are the days where you could just wear like a black leather and that's it. That's all you would think of. There's more interesting color combinations, even red, right? You would never think of wearing like a red leather, but even red is around. And that leads me into another one, which is red accents. Red is, I think, the key accent color of fall 2025. That and yellow, mustard yellow. That's my personal favorite, is mustard yellow. That and baby blue. Now these kind of colors look exceptionally beautiful with browns. So that's like the easy across the board with that accent red, accent yellow, and accent baby blue. Every single color I just said there, those three, all look really good with browns. Plus they also look good with the right shade of denim. Navy is, I would do it in a jumper, right? Your knit. Just get a beautiful red knit. I've got a couple in my wardrobe that I cannot wait in my drawer to start wearing as the temperatures go down, and that's exactly how I'm going to be pairing them. Navy slacks and menswear trousers, or in brown, chocolate brown. It's just a beautiful accent, even peeking out from under that Urban Revivo trench. It's very less expected. Yes, black would look sick, obviously, because it's a nice yin and yang. Like a red as well, it's going to look like, mwah, it's going to look so, so good with that. And it's very, like I said, it's unexpected, but it feels really fresh and it feels very now. Maxi Coats. I've actually mentioned this before, but it's worth mentioning again because it is one of those things I have noticed from the runways, which is just longer coats. Even that trench that I literally just tried on like a moment ago, it's longer than the usual cuts, or where they sell longer line things. But if you shop in there, you'll automatically get like longer lean coats because they're just cut for taller women. So these are like good style tricks, even in, as I've always said, in the men's section. Check them out too. I feel like a lot of their like longer coats will just be longer, generally speaking, than the women's section, because longer coats is one of those things that is actually trending as far as like a key silhouette, and it's easy for us to do. It's a very wearable trend. It looks super chic. Dress them down with like flats. So chic. Oh, just so chic. To down that is to always make sure that do these things fit your style? Do these fit you? Like when I was talking about sheer, right? That sheer trend, which I have noticed, because I personally love that. I think it's a wearable thing as well. You probably think, oh no, how am I going to wear like sheerness during the fall? It's very easy. You can wear it peeking out from underneath your coat. You can wear it as like you're wearing like a shearer dress or shearer skirt, and just layer it on top of a pair of like straight leg jeans, and just having that layered effect of wearing like a straight cut like sheer skirt layered on top of a pair of denim jeans. It's that tension clashed with the toughness of denim. It just works. It really, really, really does. And it's something I would definitely try. It's something that I'm going to be doing. It's a very easy way to toe dip into the trend. If you don't want to do sheer, just go up a layer and just go with like something like a slip dress and layer that over denim instead. But the point is, you're layering two unexpected pieces and elements together, and that's what makes it wearable, and that's what makes it comfortable and practical and easy for you to do. But don't just do these things because they are trends too, because I'm highly aware what I'm saying, because it sounds like I'm saying rules. I hate saying rules, but you still always have to ask yourself, is this you? Is this your lifestyle? Does it fit you? Are you a student? Are you a nurse? Are you a corporate person? Are you a stay-at-home? Are you working in a creative agency? Do you freelance? Do you what is your lifestyle? Because that will also help determine the availability to you and also the realistic likelihood that you can even wear these things. So remember that as well and keep that in mind. And maybe you'll just save these kind of things for the weekend and then you'll dabble in them on your own private time. If you're someone who truly loves fashion like me, you're like, I'm going to make the time, damn it, I'm going to make the time to wear these things. So you make the time, but I always have a nod on, thinking about, is this really you? And does this match your personality and your aesthetic? Because if you don't like it, then that's the whole point. Do you like it? Does it feel chic or does it feel costumey? There is a very big difference. Ties. I feel like there was a moment, especially during the latter half of the summer, when neckties was really, really everywhere. I feel like during Copenhagen, you saw it a lot during street style. And it's just one of those things that I personally have always loved. I love a good necktie. I've had ties for years. I know the most recent thing was probably the men's fashion week when I wore it for Paul Smith, the men's show. And prior to that was probably Tom Brown. But it's just one of those things that's always going to be in. Tom Brown, for example, when I was at the show during February, which was showing this current season, which is right now, fall, winter 2025, the tie, you saw it being used. But what I loved with that was that it wasn't just the average normal way of showing it, and it was shown in a way that it was clashed and complementary, kind of juxtaposed with, the gingham and the check shirts underneath. I remember at the time I was saying to them, like, you've used your gingham shirts as the neutral. That's like your white shirt, isn't it? And they kind of agreed, because that's what showed. Everyone, well, all the models they weren't wearing plain white button-down shirts. They were checked. There were gingham, there was check on check, so it was different color combinations. Very, very inspiring, and just a nice way again to just tweak something that's like quite sort of classic, really, and is very synonymous with the guys. But that's really something that's just been dissolved more and more and more, which we realize is obviously there. Which brings me to another trend. There is more and more increasingly trend-wise from the runway, and it's obviously like filtering down. Correction. It was on the street first, and I feel like the runway kind of like got inspiration from the street, which is unisex dressing. For example, this blouse, right? It's very much reminds me of Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent has really just done such a luxe version that it was initially done for women, but men were shopping for it as well. And as a result, in the women's section. And the reason I know this is because I was talking to my essay about that in Paris, about the fact that they noticed a lot of men, their male customers, were shopping in the women's section specifically to buy these kind of sheer, often pussy bow style blouses that tied high neck, has like this long kind of sheer that goes down the side. They were shopping that. And so the following season, they turned around, created ones for men. So they had their own, and I'll show you on the screen a couple. And it was just a great move. It was a genius move for their customer, because they listened, they saw, they noticed, they responded. So I love seeing when brands and designers do that, because they're acknowledging what was anyway happening, which is the cross-section, that dissolving of men's and women's, and people sort of no longer just shopping in their own section, but going into each other's. And I've always loved that. I think it's a really good sort of celebration of you know, just shopping anywhere. And I think that's the most important takeaway. Now, bags. Now, in terms of bags for this season, you're still seeing a love of East-West. That is still everywhere. Hasn't really been a standout in terms of like shoes and footwear that I personally have noticed. I think that the biggest trends have been the clothes themselves and the bags, the East-West bag. I have one by Jacquemus, which I want to show you right now. And it is my Jacquemus bag, and you can see it's actually a clutch bag, so you can wear it as a clutch because these completely disappear, and you can wear it as a handbag. I love wearing this when I'm going out somewhere. It's such a cool, easy bag, and even though it is quite sort of small looking, it's deceptive how much this bag holds. Did I do it on my TikTok? I think I did. I actually did like what fits in, because it actually holds a surprising amount, which I never thought it would, but I love it. And I love that it's less popular. This particular bag, it is, but not the shape isn't. This is a shape that's trending, like this kind of East-West style, but this actual bag is not as common as, like, say, the Alaya, for example. And I love that, because if this was everywhere, I'd be like, oh gosh, no, but it's not. And I love that. And I really love, I talked about this on my TikTok, but I love that it's like mixed metals. So you've got the gold and the silver, the round, and then the square cube closure. And listen to this sound. You know, I love that sound. Oh, everything. I will say that one trend, or just one, I don't say even trend, but one kind of overall direction I'm seeing, not almost, but enough fashion houses are looking, as I've said before, at their 20-year mark-ish of the design of their bags, whether it's Balenciaga and bringing the City bag back, whether it's Chloe and bringing the Chloe Paddington back, whether it is Fendi and bringing the Fendi Spy back. You know, they're looking at what are their archives, and they're bringing them back to now. Gucci loves to do that. They love to bring back the Blondie, for example. They did it with the Jackie years prior to that. So they're always looking back to the 1955 Horsebit. That's been around from like the 1950s or 60s. They brought that back. So, you know, there is a resurgence to a love of the pre-loved market. As a result, is responding to that, because people have, there's much more of a search for people looking for like the OGs, the actual original versions of, you know, the Chloe bag, the Balenciaga bag, etc. Because they want to get those OGs, they want to get those originals, and I can understand why. For example, I literally just did it recently. I was at the Vintage Fair market, the one that I showed in last week's New York Fashion Week video. Please watch that video after this, because I actually at one point stop and I show you me going vintage shopping. And during that shopping, I did pick up a Chloe Paddington bag, and I absolutely love it. I've already shown it on my TikTok. I'll show you somewhere on the screen here or here. I love the look of it. It's like a kind of like a taupey, tanny, not brown. It's like a taupe color, but the warmth of the gold hardware is what warms the bag. And it's a beautiful combination. It's a soft but very neutral combination. I've already worn it out 2 or 3 times, and it's great. I love wearing it. It's the first time I think I've actually owned a Paddington bag, and Chloe did bring it back from the last season. I think it was from, it was from February or February, March in Paris, when Chloe showed the return of the Chloe Paddington. So you can buy that right now, brand new, or you can buy it pre-loved market, the way I did it. And a lot of people are doing that part. And it's just that trend of that love and that resurgence of what was before. And you're seeing a lot more of that, specifically in the designer bag world. The return to wanting the originals, the OGs, the archives, as well as obviously we'll be buying the new ones as well. But that is definitely something that is easily something that we can all do, and it's easily something that's replicable, and something that, you know, if you choose to partake, it's there for you. And I love that for all of us. Another trend that I noticed is, in terms of sticking to accessories, another trend I've noticed is the return to the love of bracelets, but oversized, stacking them usually like 3, maybe even 4, even more, but usually around the 3 mark, and usually worn like on top of like a top, and on top over knits, just over your pieces, over jackets if it allows, over knits, over blouses. I'll show you some images on the screen so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about, but that's something I've noticed. It's somewhat of a micro style trend, but it's noticeable enough where it's got enough momentum to be classified as one. This is super easy for anybody to do, and I personally love it because it's such a easy way to just, like I've said, said, update your full autumn wardrobe and just make it feel so fresh and so now. Just pick three. Three is always good. Pick an odd number. Don't do two. Always do three. An odd number is what makes it more feel like a group. If you do two, it doesn't look the same, hasn't got the same effect. Three is that magic kind of spot. And you can get them in complementary colors. I was in COS and they had ones which I really like. They had one which is wood and one which is like a silver, and then you could just get like a wood again. So you've got like wood, silver and wood. I love that, and I thought they were really nicely done. It wasn't just like simple. They had like a bit of like organic shape to them, and they look quite luxe in person. So just get three of those and just layer them over your knits when you're going out. It's just like a nice, easy thing you can do when you're wearing like your coats, like that trench coat, or like any blazers. And you know, when you like pull up the sleeves, have those bracelets on. It just looks so cool. Or even just like have like on each, if you want, kind of like, it gives like that effect of wearing like a cuff, like cuffs. But I love it. I think it's a really easy way to just update your wardrobe as well. But that's it. Those are my top kind of trends I've seen for fall, winter right now, but they're wearable. Every single thing I mentioned, we can all do. I can do them, you can do them. There's no excuse. All it is just about what is your lifestyle, really, and what is your personal style. As I've always said on my channel, that's like the number one thing I've always wanted to say. What is your style? Own your own style. Make it your own. Don't take every single trend. Just whatever appeals to you. I'm not going to do every single thing that I suggested in this video. I'm just going to like cherry pick and just not even pick. I'll just use whatever speaks to me. I think that's what it is. And do the same. Whatever you think, oh yeah, I could do that. I love the sound of that. Oh yeah, I could actually, yeah, that's it. That's the extent of like being married to a trend. None of us are. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's all about just picking something that feels relevant and speaks to you here. And that's all that matters, because that's what fashion is, isn't it? It's about speaking to this. That's how I've led my career. It's answering what this is. And it's not led me wrong so far, and I'm going to keep doing it because that's what I love. And ultimately, that's what it is. So anyway, wow, that sounded very kind of like, oh, I'm getting on my soapbox. But that's it, my loves. Give this video a thumbs up if you got inspired by anything that I was talking about in this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It is absolutely free to you know what I'm going to say. It's free to subscribe to my content. So I'd love if you were able to. It makes it much more official and it helps my channel to grow. But that is it. I'm going to leave the code on the screen again. Remember what I said, 25% off from September the 21st to October the 2nd, site-wide on Urban Revivo. And then they gave me a code for extra 15% on top of that. The code is KarenB. As I said, right now I'm in Milan. As the date that you're watching this video, that's where I am. But you can come and say hello to me over on Instagram or on my TikTok. And I'm Karen Blanchard, and on Instagram I am KarenBritChick. So I will see you over there, right? Until next week, Friday. All right, my loves, as I always say, take care and happy shopping. But don't, obviously, follow the trends. Only get what applies to you. Okay.